So, as is often the case for communist-minded leadership, the ANC continues to honour its party loyalties over and above its duty to the South African people. It's brought in a team of Cuban engineers to ostensibly assist our water and sanitation department. This despite the fact that the ANC has done its utmost to drive world-class homegrown engineers into expatriation over the past 27 years. And also in spite of the fact that Cuba's own water and sanitation infrastructure is decades behind ours, and is falling apart, with some estimating that as much as half of all Cuba's drinking water is lost to leaky pipes, and waterborne diseases are rife in the country. There are many questions, of course, not the least of which being why do we need Cuban engineers, and of course what happened to our own domestic engineering skills. Leaders of the opposition have, of course, criticized the move, with Action SA's Herman Mashaba, whose South African nationalism, may I say, is fast growing on me. He's being the most vocal in denouncing the ANC's continued support of Cuban skills to the exclusion of local talent and skills development. In an open letter posted on his party's website, Mashaba pilloried Lindiwe Sisulu of the Water and Sanitation Department, saying, "Instead of designating this work to South African engineers, the task of overseeing these infrastructure problems has been outsourced to Cuban engineers who, presumably, do not speak South African languages, come from inferior institutions of higher learning, and a country whose infrastructure is falling apart." Sisulu's response to this is an insult to unemployed South Africans and an affirmation to all South Africans that Cubans will get priority over South Africans under the ANC government. The reality, made clearer from the COVID-19 pandemic, is that our government cannot provide for South Africans either in terms of creating economic opportunities or providing effective service delivery. South Africans must now endure insult to injury as we witness our government helping out other countries while now being unable to provide for South Africans. And the South African Institution of Civil Engineering basically echoes the same sentiment, demanding that the Cubans be sent home. This isn't the first time that the SAICE has commented on the use of local versus foreign skills, specifically Cuban. As far back as 2012, the SAICE president, Dr. Martin van Veerlen, commented that South Africa is blessed with a highly competent and experienced core of engineering practitioners. It is one of the few countries on the African continent that does not need consultants from Europe or other countries to solve the challenges of a developing country. However, the center of gravity of the accumulated wisdom lies in an aging, predominantly white and male group of professionals. This is certainly not politically correct, but it is a fact. The country cannot afford to disregard this boon if the objectives of the National Development Plan are to be achieved. And therein lies the problem, of course. Because while we do have the skills and experience locally, they are predominantly in the hands of white citizens, many nearing or past retirement age, and ignored by a government whose woke motivations would rather pretend that those skills do not exist than to utilize the white labor that they come with. If you're a South African, just imagine where the country could be if those skills had not been removed from the public sector, and rather remained to maintain our infrastructure and nurture the next, more organically inclusive generation of skills. Instead, the ANC government employs wildly underpaid, comparatively substandard, and culturally incompatible engineers in a deal with Cuba that is almost certainly lining the pockets of corrupt officials on both sides, and that will do nothing to truly help the people of either country. It's ridiculous.
24 Cuban engineers will be brought into the country, if not already, to assist with the ailing infrastructure. And you are condemning this.
Good morning, Jumel, and thank you very much for this great opportunity. This is outrageous. This is total madness. At the time when our country's infrastructure is fast collapsing, when the ANC took over this government, South Africa was already 60 years ahead of Cuba. And obviously, over the last 26 years, ANC has done a great job in destruction of our infrastructure by appointing people who have no clue what they're doing.
Anyway, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, and then I will see you next time. Cheers.